Don't say it, Prime. Stand down! I'm not the one you fear. Okay, wait, why is he looking at me like that? Before we get started, the last retrospective did pretty poorly, so let's get this one to at least 1.5 thousand views and maybe 100 likes. I think we can do that. Thanks. The Maximals, the characters that couldn't decide if they're the main group or the side group. Unfortunately, we didn't see some major Maximals in the movie, like Rat Trap or Dinobot. But hopefully we can get some concept versions, maybe see them in the next live-action film, please, Paramount. As for the characters we did see, Hasbro released Studio Series figures of each of the characters that appeared. There's Airazor, Cheetor, Rhinox, and Optimus Primal. Yes, I know they're making an Ape Link, but it's going to be pretty much the same as Primal, so we've essentially got everyone. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be ranking them from my least favorite to favorite. But before we begin, these are customized, well, most of them at least, but I'll be talking about the original looks and values of the figures. If you are interested in getting a figure like this for yourself, check out customsbysp.com, link in the description. Starting out, we have Airazor. This is a remold of the Kingdom release, so is expected to be an already decent figure, at least in terms of posing. And that she was, able to pull off dynamic poses, and her intricate design is emphasized by the green highlights that she has. Sadly, the paint was not dispersed throughout the entire wing, so I decided to fix that. Another thing I feel about this figure is that it loses all of its personality. The head sculpt is interesting to look at, no doubt, but it has no character, no charm. The figure really falls on its face when you get to the transformation. Where the Kingdom figure was decent enough, but so clunky, the Studio Series figure is just downright bad. It's not a hard process, just nothing interesting or fun happening while being clashy and not wanting to work with you. And after a painstakingly mid-process, we're left with this. The Kingdom didn't do much better, but this is not a great bird mood. I do like the detail, especially with the new paint job, but I can't get around that it just looks wrong. The mainline one did it well, and all my issues I have with this figure do not apply to that. I don't have it. I can safely say that none of my critiques apply to that figure. The best thing I can say about it is that it's a large deluxe, so you don't feel like you're getting ripped off with the ever-increasing prices. In conclusion, this figure isn't bad, but it's a shelf warmer for a reason. Next up is Cheetor. I think it's safe to say that when we all first saw this figure, it was hard to tell where the inspiration from the original character came from. He had no cheetah head in the chest, a completely different style of head. He was a Voyager, and he was orange? Getting this figure in hand, I was shocked at how much I loved him. He can pose pretty well with his awesome spears that can combine or separate depending on your fancy. I decided to give him a yellow paint job, and I think this figure looks even better with that. The transformation doesn't do much, but what it does is unique and interesting. It's complicated enough to keep you interested, but simple enough to keep you coming back to it. The result of this transformation is, well, decent. My biggest issue lies in the posability. It feels like you can't do anything with it, but if you're creative enough, you can get him into some cool poses, but it just left me feeling a little bit empty. The figure in general is above average, but for some reason I love him and he brings a lot of fun things to the table. Unfortunately, he goes for some pretty crazy prices on
eBay.
So just get a KO. After Cheetor, we got Rhinox. This guy is basically the MVP shelf warmer of every Walmart/Target I go to. I'm shocked that he's a shelf warmer though. He's a great figure who does everything right. The only real problem I have with him is that he didn't really come with a lot of paint. Again, I fixed that with a fresh paint job and dark wash. He received the movie treatment of just being the character but bland. Yes, that is a common theme with movie characters. Go research it for yourself if you want to see. Actually, no, I'll tell you. Alright. Let's take Grimlock. Gray. Jazz. Gray. Soundwave. Gray. Sideswipe. Gray. Starscream. Gray. Sideways. Gray. Blackout. Gray. You get my point? Okay, good. Anyways, rant aside, I do like this design, and he feels very solid and worth the Voyager price point. The accessory is cool, but I wish it was a bit bigger. Transformation is pretty fun, but stuff likes to pop off, making it less enjoyable. The Rhino mode is fantastic, with lots of posability and has great Rhino proportions. Finally, there's the boss man himself, Optimus Primal. Let's get this out of the way. He is not worth the leader price point, but thanks to Target, you can get him for Voyager price point. Although, by the time of uploading this, you'll only have a few more days to get it. And you know what? I don't care about the accessories. Sorry, the engineering and plastic quality and paint on this guy does not speak leader class to me. It might for you, and if it feels like a good price to you for paying $55, then hey, that's pretty good. Second rant aside, I've got to say this guy does look super sweet. And I also love the big backpack hanging out. Leader engineering my butt. This boy's going hiking with all that kibble. He still poses and looks cool, but it's just kind of meh. Transformation is fun, but nothing exciting. Getting him into his monkey mode is a breeze, but when you look at monkey mode, it's hard to say that it's great. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's really small. Again, I would have rather have the accessories go away for him to be bigger. I hope they do that with 8 Link. But the robot mode feet hanging out of the back is very unsightly. And again, where is the engineering budget going? I don't know. I don't know. These complaints aside, it's hard to ignore the staggering accuracy this mode achieves, with the head and the gorilla-like poses you can get him into. Overall, he's good, but try to get him on sale. Like $35 is a steal for that thing, but $55, not gonna do it. In all, I think they did a pretty good job giving us some good Maximals. The screen accuracy is their main selling point, and boy did they achieve that. I'd say I recommend Rhinox the most because he's the easiest to find, and Primal the second most if you can get him on sale. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Who's your favorite Maximal? Thanks for watching. SP out.